In this video, I'll be explaining this 4-step orchestration recipe to recreate this mysterious texture from Swan Lake, written by Tchaikovsky. But before we simplify this and break it down layer by layer, let's have a listen to the texture. So now we've heard the texture, let's break down the orchestration. To begin, let's arrange the melody. Here, to add a mysterious leading line, you'll assign the melody to solo oboe. Let's have a look at this layer in more detail. Here, you'll see that the oboe line plays in about an octave range, covering the top half of the treble clef. Underneath, you'll see that the oboe plays a flowing legato line. So let's listen to this layer on its own, recreated with cinematic Studio Woodwinds. I'll play the first 4 bars. Next, to add some subtle flow to the texture, let's add a layer of harp arpeggios. Here, you'll see that the harp arpeggios cover a very large range from below the floor of the bass clef up above the roof of the treble clef. You'll see that the harp arpeggios outline chords with the shape often varying to keep things interesting. So let's listen to this layer on its own, recreated with Spitfire's harp. Next, we want some tension in our texture, so add a layer of string tremolos below the range of the melody. Here, you'll see that the string tremolos cover a range from the middle of the bass clef up to about the middle of the treble clef. You'll see that the chords are being arranged in closed position, with first violins on the top note, second violins in the middle, and violas on the bottom. Let's listen to this layer on its own, recreated with cinematic studio strings. I'll play the first 4 bars. Finally, to add some light grounding, add a layer of low string pizzicatos to the bottom of the texture, playing the bass line. Here, you'll see that the pizzicato bass line plays below the floor of the bass clef and spans up to about the roof of the bass clef. You'll see that the line is arranged in octaves, with cellos on the top octave and double bass on the bottom octave. Double bass here sounds an octave lower than written. As you can see, the bass notes are playing very minimally with one note every few bars. I just want to point out that in these 2 bars here, the cellos briefly join the string tremolos before returning to the bass line. So let's have a listen to this layer on its own, recreated again by Cinematic Studio Strings. I'll play just this first bar. So there you have it. Here is our finished orchestration recipe to recreate this mysterious texture from Swan Lake. To consolidate everything we've learned, let's give the texture another listen. So if you're still here and still hungry, click here for another orchestration recipe. If you have any suggestions for textures you'd like me to break down in future, please leave those in the comments. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.